Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, I am talking about with Kandi. Don't speak on it, okay? I'm even treading like dangerous waters by speaking my heart and my opinion in this video. But I don't want to move in fear, right? In my creativity, I'd rather speak my heart, speak my mind respectfully and just talk about some things. So, before we dig in deep, I do ask that you all please hit the like button on this video. It will cause YouTube to recommend this video to more people who have similar interests. You know, if they like TV show recaps, some reality TV star interviews, me talking about my natural hair care journey. I'm all for that. If you are too, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. Okay, so with that being said, I'm sure that you all probably watched Kandi speak on it from last Sunday after the season finale of The Real Housewives of Atlanta aired. She had one of our favorite friends of the show, Courtney, of course, I'm being sarcastic, on to speak on it, in my opinion, just so she could drag Drew. Now, what we also learned this week was that during the filming of the reunion, Candy and Drew got into it, and I guess they are not getting along. And so I believe, in my opinion, allegedly, that Candy invited Courtney on the show so that Courtney could do the dragging and it could be some get back for Candy. Now, you all know that I have said it on previous videos that I am a Candy fan. I've always admired her business sense, her enormous success as a Black woman is very inspiring. So, to my dismay, to my disappointment, I did not like how she was using a lady whom she got into it with pretty seriously in episode 1 of season 15. She invited her onto her talk show to drag Drew. My whole thing is I get that you don't like Drew, but the crass, foul, vile way that Courtney was talking about her sister's mental health, it was just not cool at all. And I believe that Candy is so used to people singing her praises. She's used to not really struggling, but things just really happening for her in an enormously successful way that she is not used to getting a huge amount of critique and people not being happy with something that she did, to the point where she edited out Courtney's foul remarks about Drew's sister Allison's mental health. So she edited it out. And then a blogger whom I love and I adore, I'm always watching her lives. Unfortunately, she got a strike because she screen records everything. She is that great of a content creator and she works full time like me. She captures everything from Bishop Lamore Whitehead's lives to the Speak On It's, Carlos King's interviews, when various reality TV stars go live on Instagram and it's just a total train wreck. This wonderful blogger captures it all. And she's known for her ride alongs, which she's able to do that under fair use commentary. She stops it and gives commentary, plays it again, gives more commentary. I like to play something and then give my commentary at the end, but all content creators have different styles. Well, she actually screen recorded the Speak On It, the original one, with Courtney's remarks about Allison. So she edited out those foul remarks and made a separate video. Well, someone tipped off the neighborhood talk. And not only did the neighborhood talk, air that Jay Lee, had this video, but they tagged her. So I have my suspicions about that because so many content creators spoke about, Courtney's foul remarks. Yes, it was this wonderful content creator who actually had the footage and made a video of it. But for her to be tagged, wasn't it just so convenient that that is how Candy's team would have found out about the video? Or what if they wanted to make it seem like a huge coincidence? Oh my gosh, this blog, said that she had this video. Let us go watch it. And now we're going to strike her channel. It may sound far fetched, But if you really don't want to look like you're like this huge, phenomenal YouTuber and business owner going after like a smaller channel, you want to come off like the bully, then maybe you'll just have it so that it's coincidentally on the neighborhood talk, and that's how you learned of it. That's just like a theory and an opinion. And everything said here is alleged and an opinion, and you may find it entertaining, may not. But I feel like for Kandi, it really bruised her ego Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, when people were expressing their disappointment and her allowing Courtney to go in on Drew and her sister. And I think she's just used to always winning and always inspiring people like she has been doing for me, inspiration, that she's not used to people really like critiquing. And I think that, once this blogger had that unedited clip that, it was like, oh no, let her know. And so this blogger said, like there was the opportunity you could have just asked me to taken it down and I would have, because I don't want the strike. And I don't think any of us do. We all enjoy creating content. We all love speaking our hearts and minds and giving our opinions, again, respectfully. And also the subscribers and the content creators, we get to connect and bond when we have panels and we drop the StreamYard link and people click on it and join us and we get to converse and talk. So people like this experience. So, I don't think anybody is trying to just totally make you look bad when you invited this person to your talk show and let them say it, and then you let it air unedited. And you can't really say that typically you don't edit the speak on it, because I know in previous seasons you've interviewed Kenya. And when allegedly the subject was Tanya at the time, y'all remember Tanya? And Kenya was saying something about her. The rumor was that allegedly she may have been, like a side chick to her now fiance. And that part was edited out. You edited out what Kenya said, and you let us know that it was being edited out because it was like the beep, and we could see Kenya's lips moving. So, you definitely, when you want to, you definitely edit. Also, back in 2020, you did a spoof on, there was going to be a Candyman movie remake, but then Carnival 20 happened. And the movie, it may have been on like Hulu or a streaming channel, but anyway, it had this preview, and Kandi did like a spoof of it, and she had Nene's image in it. Nene asked her to take the image out and she edited it. But, she didn't extend that same grace to this wonderful content creator. So I just don't, it's giving like huge corporation coming after a mom and pop restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Some may say, anybody can get it, or, if you throw shade, you can't try to measure how someone else should return it. I remember Kandi saying that to Tanya, the season of the cookie lady. You remember that? But, like, this is a part of this content creator's income as well. And she's very non-problematic. Like, she is wonderful. So I just kind of felt like it was just like giving like big corporate bully coming after this mom and pop shop. So I hope that Kandi and her team will remove the strike and just have this content creator remove the video. All right. So I wanted to make sure that I went over all of my notes. And I have to say this, for years now, ever since season 9, people have stood up for Kandi greatly when others will say that, Phaedra should come back. Some of the viewers do miss Phaedra. Everyone doesn't, but some do. And then other people like Nene, she allegedly told Carlos, everyone has had to have those uncomfortable conversations and have the sit downs with the person who totally offended them. They had a big, huge falling out. Why does Kandi have to not face Phaedra after season 9? And then, like, if you ever express that opinion, you look like the butthole because you were insensitive to the lie that was told about her. But I mean, what about the sensitivity for Drew's sister Allison, and then making fun of her alleged alcohol consumption mixed with her having mental health struggles? Where's the sensitivity in that? If anything, after we go through a situation, it should make us empathetic when someone else is faced with that same type of situation. But you literally laid out the gauntlet when you invited Courtney over to your speak on it to have that type of conversation. And I mean, just when I thought that people were probably starting to just move on to the next story, then you strike this wonderful YouTuber's channel. And I'm even like putting myself out there like, will she be vengeful towards me? And I have a teeny tiny, tiny channel, but I'd rather not move in fear. I'd rather speak my mind and speak my heart, and see where it leads me. But I don't think that the viewers of the show and the fans of the singing group and the fans of the restaurant and the toy line, I don't think they would all be okay with every time if you don't like the opinion that someone has about you, you immediately go for the jugular, the financial jugular, the creative jugular here on YouTube. Said respectfully. And yes, I believe that I have. Oh, one more thing. Drew was very careful in not using the word SHOOTING when speaking of Kandi's restaurants during season 15. She used the word incident, and it annoyed Marlo so much that she yelled at Drew for being so protective of Kandi. And, none of the producers made her speak on the situation at all. She and Todd said that it involved legalities. That's why they couldn't speak on it. But I mean, I don't even know if we got that. We just got like the producer walking up to them saying, like, are we going to talk about this? And they said no. And they said, well, because it involves legal, no. And then that was like the end of that. So, I can like really, because I've always loved the Real Housewives of Atlanta, that I can become attached to people who have been on there forever, particularly that season 6 cast, like Kenya said. But at this point, if it's true that Bravo is going to do the reboot, I would be okay if we didn't see Kandi. And then especially upon learning that Kandi and the gang got uncanceled, like that is something like of unicorns and mermaids just out of TV history for a show to be like uncanceled. We've seen shows like switch networks, after getting canceled on one network and going to another, but the same network uncanceling. I mean, wow, I guess she has it like that. Again, she's used to like getting what she wants. So it makes me think, will she be off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta because she's getting the spinoff? I don't know. So I do have another story that I've been trying to give my commentary on, child. And oh my gosh. So I'm learning because like Bravo, even if the clip is from Instagram, I guess you cannot play any clips from any MTV shows. Because like I've played like clips from OWN, like Love and Marriage Huntsville trailers from Instagram, not a problem. So, but with Love and Hip Hop, and it's on MTV now, like it cannot work at first. So I've done this video on Love and Hip Hop, all the drama that's been unfolding this week. I did it twice last night. The first time I included the interview that Bambi did with the Shade Room. So I thought that was the problem. Then I did the video again. I just gave my commentary. I summarized the interview, gave my commentary on it, and then I played the clip of the scene where Erica calls Spice a blue monkey. And that was a problem. And then I was just too outdone, y'all, after the second takedown. So, and I do thank you, YouTube, that I did not get a strike. It was just the video was taken down. And so I'm thankful for that. And so now I just want to speak on it without playing any clips, none whatsoever. So First, let's just knock out the fight that happened allegedly between Erica Mena, Bambi, Zell from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and security and police from a hookah lounge in Atlanta. So when Bambi interviewed with the Shade Room, shout out to the Shade Room, it was very detailed and just really clarified a lot. Excuse me. Bambi actually said that they were just, they were lit, they were having a great time. And Zell and Erica were play fighting. And then when they were play fighting, perhaps security thought that they were serious and they immediately just grabbed up Erica, pinned her down. Bambi said that it was very natural for her to want to protect her friend. So she tried to intervene. Zell tried to intervene and say, look, we're just having a good time. We're just playing. And then an officer from the outside came inside and it was just like very intense. And it just kind of made me think about like season 7. It was when Stevie J had to go to New York for a child support case. He asked Mimi to handle a showcase he was putting together. Erica Mena was supposed to be in the showcase, and she gets into it with one of his talent. And when you know how on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the security are there for every scene in case something escalates. And so the security, the men were there to separate them. And Erica was actually like swelling up on security. So it just made me think like, I wonder, does she have like sort of a rep around law enforcement or security in the Atlanta area for them to be just so quick to jump on her when she and Zell were allegedly play fighting in the hookah lounge? And Saucy Santana, he made his commentary saying that Erica was doing the most. She was very aggressive with law enforcement. So his claims kind of backed up law enforcement's account of the event. But I'm glad that Bambi did the interview and really gave some clarification. She said that they were detained for about 5 hours. And Malaysia Pargo from Basketball Wives, along with her cousin, who is a police officer, was able to get Bambi out of jail, thankfully. So we all know about this scene where Spice and Erica, they sat down at a restaurant with Shekinah Joe to talk about, Spice meeting up with Safari and Safari showing her on his cell phone where he makes child support payments. Spice did ask her about that in the last week's episode, and Erica said to her, well, he just started making child support payments. What you saw was recent payments. There's no history of it. And I don't really know why it was any business of Spice's, but, and I love Spice. She's my favorite. But, you just kind of naturally think, well, why do people care so much about what other folks got going on? But I get that it's a reality TV show. So you do have to kind of have these scenes and talk about these things and then carry it back. And then the drama unfolds. Okay. But anyway. So they're talking and, Spice says, Erica, you think that you're the only one who's ever gone through a divorce. I've gone through it. I'm a single parent with 2 kids and I've been doing it for such and such years. Whatever was her oldest child, whatever their age was, I've been doing it for that amount of years. Erica goes, I've been doing it for 16 years. So she had to one up Spice. And then, Spice said, yeah, with a son who Hatesu. And I feel like Spice and Erica know each other well enough that Spice knew that if she said that, especially on camera, that it would trigger Erica Mena. And that is exactly what it did. Because she was like, how do you know? And Spice was basically saying, you've told me that he doesn't like you. And, Erica ended up saying, why do people have a problem with the fact that my son does not want to be in the limelight? And I basically respect his boundaries. I don't talk about him on camera. I don't show pictures of him, none of that, because he doesn't want the limelight. But I feel like you obviously shared that with Spice, in confidentiality, and she kind of flipped it, on camera because she had to one up you. So then they are arguing. Erica flips up the table. Security comes, separates them. And Erica says, you blue monkey. Now, as you can see in the picture that I found, Spice is wearing this blue bob wig and she is rocking it. She looks great. I think Spice is beautiful with her chocolate skin, her round eyes, full lips and the body yada yada and all the talent. I think she looks great. I have a few thoughts about Erica Mena's comment. Number one, I feel like it was definitely a result of some inner jealousy because I feel like Spice is the fan fave from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And also, out of everyone on the show that's supposed to have some sort of musical talent, Spice is the most talented and the most successful. And out of the entire franchise, out of all of the different ones, Spice is one of the most successful. We all know, obviously, that Cardi B is the most musical artist that came out of a love and hip hop show, but Spice is also up there as well. And Ray J, we kind of knew him prior to him even being on Hollywood. And, we knew him because he's Brandy's brother, you know what I'm saying? But definitely Cardi B and Spice, I feel like have the most success out of all of the musical artists that have been featured on Love and Hip Hop. But so I think that there's some jealousy there because even Eric Mena was supposed to be a singer and Rich Dollaz was trying to produce this ballad for her. It was painful. It was like hearing, nails scratching on a chalkboard. And she doesn't even have like the musical success of her ex-girlfriend, Sin Santana, who raps in Spanish. And you can listen to her music here on YouTube. I like it. I think it sounds great. All right. So also, I feel like her calling Spice a blue monkey is also a representation of her feeling like, she is a Latina. And although, Black men, they love the Latinas, they date them, they definitely have children with them. I can take your man and I'm more beautiful than you because I'm lighter and my hair is of a softer texture, so that's where she was going. You know what I'm saying? But you know what, Erica, that means nothing because the same ninjas that disrespect Black women, they're also disrespecting you. I don't see where you're married to a Black male lawyer or doctor or nurse or teacher or even a Black male police officer. I don't even see you being married to a successful Black male rapper, okay? And it lasting. So I really don't see where your status is any different than anyone else's. But I feel like she really messed up. I feel like she should not be on the show anymore. We have to see because Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is on its own planet all by itself. And they kind of don't really, they've never kind of really cared what people thought of them, like in terms of morality or integrity. So I would not be surprised if we see Erica Mena for season 12, but I don't think that she should be there because what she said was so triggering, offensive, and disrespectful. And then people pulled out the clips, where she talked about other people's kids. She talked about Stevie J's daughter. And there, that just popped into my head. There were plenty of times where she crossed the line. But she thinks because Spice brought up her son not liking her, that she could call her a blue monkey. And it's something about like when you offend someone and they go for like the racist insult, that is like, that's really trying to be hurtful. That is really trying to strike a chord. Like B, you triggered me by saying my son don't like me, so let me trigger you, okay? That's what it's giving. But y'all let me know what you all think about this situation. And definitely hit the like button on this video. I would really appreciate it. And pray for this video, y'all. Lay your holy hands on it and anoint it and pray for my channel that it don't get struck and it don't get this and it don't get that. Okay? It's a shame. Like content creators, you want to feel like you're walking on eggshells because the big celebrities and the big corporate YouTubers who are also singers and songwriters and reality TV stars are just going to come down on your channel and your creativity. My goodness. All right, y'all. Well, I will talk with you soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.